Alright y'all, it's been pretty slow going getting to point A to point B because there's been a couple stops along the way. I re-upped at Walmart to get some propane, some new fishing lures. Of course they didn't have any of the ones that I really liked and lost, but I got stuff that will make up for the difference. And then just ate a lovely meal at Taco Bell, America's finest. And now I got a gas station about 6 miles, gotta re-up on ice, get some gas, throw out some trash, and hopefully try to make it to where I'm gonna be trying to disperse camp tonight within a reasonable time. So it's already starting to get a little bit dark out, but we still probably have another hour or 2 hours of daylight. So we're gonna try to make it happen ASAP. Sorry, it's like I've been like wanting to see it forever. Wow. Okay, I just got to our site for the night. Just off of Forest Road. Just got the tent popped up. I just wanted to share my gratitude just having access to public land. It's something that I think a lot of Americans take for granted. And it's really awesome that I could be less than 10 miles away from Mount Rainier and I'm able to pop up my tent just off of Forest Road and set up camp for tonight. Outside of that, I got nothing planned for tonight. I'm not feeling the best. Just starting to get burnt out a little bit, so I think I'm just gonna go up there and read and put the camera down for the night and focus on this next leg of the journey. Good morning. It is about 11:15. Man, it's just too pretty for me to get up. Okay, y'all, everything's packed up. Obviously, my site wasn't much to look at. I just needed a place to sleep for the night, but it worked out well. I slept like a rock. It was much needed. My body feels ready to go. So the plan is to go to Mount Rainier National Park, which is like 10 miles away or less. Check in with the backcountry office, see if they got permits available. I'm gonna try to get some internet, and today I'm just taking it easy. I might do a little hike or something, or just hang out. I plan to go to the park and just hang out most of the day and come back probably to this neck of the woods and find a really good campsite for tonight. That's the goal. I want to find something that overlooks the mountains. So we're gonna take a look into that and see what comes along the way. There it is, Mount Rainier. And of course we got traffic. There it is, the mountain. That is a beefy mountain. You can see the glaciers running down all throughout the mountain and stuff. Wow, that is no joke of a mountain. Pretty nice. I'm gonna head to the north entrance to go to the permit office there. Paradise was just insane. It's a Sunday and I get it, a lot of people out and about, but you know me, ain't trying to deal with no crowds. Alright y'all, we got our backcountry permit for tomorrow night. We're gonna be staying at a lake north of Rainier. Nice thing is low mileage, little to no elevation. I just needed something easy to kick my feet up in and say, hey, we went fishing in this national park. Now, thankfully, this road I'm on has time entry permits, and I do not have one. It's apparently some of the best views of the mountain in the whole park. And I talked to the ranger and said, hey, listen, I don't have a timed entry. I just want to do the right thing, but I'd love to get some views. And she said, hey, listen, between you and me, if you go up that road and anybody says anything, just show them your permit. So super fortunate, you know, it just shows how having gratitude and just being kind to people can often go a long ways, you know? Okay, we just parked. Gonna try to get something to eat. I don't know if there's any availability up here, but it's a mountain. You can't even see it. Obscured by clouds, as they may say. Okay, this place looked as good as ever to make myself some lunch, a quesadilla. Of course, Rainier's right there, but you really can't see because it's all clouds. It's sprinkling slightly, but I'm hoping the rain holds off, and even better if things cleared up so I can get a nice gander at this beautiful glacier mountain. So we're just gonna hang out and see what happens. That thing is starting to look pristine. Pristine, I tell you. You know, I think it would be frowned upon by the national park system to be selling quesadillas out of the Rainier parking lot, but man, I bet $5 a pop, I'd be having a line around the block. Okay, we get a little bit of a better view. All the glaciers in the mountain. You know, it's kind of a nice change of scenery to have overcast and a little bit of rain. I mean, of course I like to see the mountain, but it's been the trip of endless sun so far, so. Looks clear way on the horizon. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. So this is pretty cool. Really wasn't on my bucket list today to have the opportunity to do a nice little hike that actually got to see some of Rainier. But anyways, pretty neat. It's in a volcano, a glacier volcano, which I guess most people that live within the surrounding area figure that the chance of something bad happening in their lifetime is slim, but I don't know if that's a risk I'd be willing to take. Man, this is just some gorgeous country. Okay, I wouldn't say I'm at the base of the mountain. It'd be up and over that ridge, down, and then around. That's a mountain right there, that small one. It's separate from the actual mountain. And then people would go, one of the routes would be up that way to the top. Now right here, we're about 7,100 feet. It's a little less than halfway to the top. And honestly, sitting right here, even though the very top of it is obscured by clouds, it really just doesn't look that intimidating to me. I mean, I get it, it's one big old glacier on top of a mountain, but I can assure you one day I will climb it and I will be standing at the top of Mount Rainier, which I can't wait for, but until then I can only dream, right? Just a quick correction to something I said earlier, but that right there is not a separate mountain. That is part of Mount Rainier. It's called Steamboat Plow, I believe, and that's about 9,600 feet. Yes, let me see, Steamboat Prow, and it's 9,600 feet. So that just kind of shows you from there you would still need another 5,000 feet to get to the very top. And with it being covered in glaciers, I mean, that's all glacier ascent. You got to look for crevasses, you got to use ice axes, crampons. I'm not sure where the main route where people like to climb this mountain is, but I know that there is a kind of like a base camp that a lot of hikers like to hike into and then push for a summit the next day. Nonetheless, just very cool. Yeah, I moved up a little bit. I take back what I said. This thing is really intimidating and quite scary. Could not imagine just having to use an ice axe and crampons just to pick my way up all the way to the very top. I take it back, folks. This thing looks like no joke. This thing looks like the real deal of a mountain. Mountain that we will climb one day, I can promise you that. So the trail goes down to that point, but look at that lake. Man, it looks so tasty. Okay, so they got this nice little viewpoint here. Pretty nice. Got a nice little meadow here, full of flowers like this. These purple ones, some yellow. It's real pretty. Okay, got ourselves a lake. Now, I better not see any signs of trout or fish activity because it'll be very upsetting I didn't bring my rod, but I'm gonna take a look. Well, good news is I walked past a sign that said no fishing, so maybe it's a good thing I didn't bring my rod, but right now, looking for signs of cutthroat or brook or even rainbow, so might as well, right? You can just barely see it, but the top is clear. Cool. I'm almost at the top of this trailhead, so we're gonna get on out of here. Go find a nice little place to camp tonight. Okay, so we've made it to the lake. This secret alpine lake that my new friend told me about. The man of the road. Here it is. Wow. And you know what the name is for it? Lonesome Lake. Quite suiting. I gotta get my rod. That's all I gotta say. Okay, y'all. It's 20 after 8. I am all by my lonesome at Lonesome Lake. And my rod that was still disarray from Olympic National Park had to put new leader on, put a new swivel on, get a lure on and everything. But I did as fast as I can, and we're about ready to go fishing. So I am just so excited. I love side quests like this. This is my type of side quest right here, and hopefully the fish will be here. All right, first cast. I wasn't getting any hits on a Castmaster, so we're going to Old Faithful Pink Rooster Tail. Love, please just catch some fish. I'd be so happy. Fish are jumping everywhere. I'm shocked nothing's hitting this. Nothing's even hit it. I put on Dan's special lure. I'll tell you, nothing else is worse than getting skunked, especially when the fish are biting. Nothing, no interest, not even a hit. But fish everywhere, just jumping. They're just jumping everywhere. I'm in shock. The only thing I can think of is that these fish have been fished out so many times by various fishers using the exact same things I'm using. They just figured, hey, we'll just stick to whatever bugs float on the surface. But man, I'm just not even a hit. Not even a hit. No luck. Pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll be back tomorrow to go fish that. Right now I need to get a campsite. The sun sets in like now, and I have a general idea where I want to stay, so we're gonna get on that. Okay, so I got my general parking spot for tonight. My car's over there, but I was looking around on the ground, and all I could see is just dozens and dozens and dozens of bullet casings. I mean, so many bullet casings here. It looks like an army range. They got their targets posted up on these trees. But this place is just absolutely trashed. Poop wipes everywhere, toilet paper, trash. I mean, I'm talking hundreds of bullet casings here. I guess for the average person that would be somewhat intimidating, but as a person that is for firearms and the use and recreation of firearms, I think I'm in good hands. Man, if y'all want to hear a spooky story, so somewhat getting camp ready, I look over there into the woods. Right, you can't even see how far my light is, but right where those trees are, and all I see are two glowing eyes looking right at me. I'm like, what the hell could that be? And it was big. So I'm moving closer, and I realized I don't have my pistol on me. I left it on the table over here. I'm moving closer. I grabbed for my gun just in case if it was something, you know. It was an elk. It was a female elk, and it was big. And I got to look at it, but man, when I see those two glowing eyes in the middle of the woods, man, it gets me a little uneasy. Alright, y'all, sorry about that. I was uploading all the footage on my SD card to my hard drive, and since then a couple things have happened. I've had my car circled by probably 6 or so elk. That was a little bit scary at first, but you know, they were just curious. And then had some dinner. Of course, everything's put away now, but had me, of course, delicious brats. I was so hungry it didn't even matter. And I'm getting everything charged up here right now, and looking at some footage from earlier today, but I'm gonna put up everything right now, and go to bed, just hang out for a bit. Tomorrow's gonna be another laid back day, but at least this time I'm out driving all over God's green planet. We'll wake up here, have breakfast, go fishing at that lake right there, and then we'll go to the trailhead. And the nice thing, the trail's only a mile to the lake for my backcountry permit. I just didn't feel like busting my butt, man. I already saw what Rainier has to offer, and I'm just happy to go try to catch some fish. So hopefully I'll be having dreams of catching trophy-sized brook trout and coastal cutthroat. That is the dream. So until I can fulfill those dreams, I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, y'all. Good morning. Once again, I slept in. Why not? I'm on continuous vacation, but it's about a little after 10:30 a.m. right now. All right, y'all. We're back at Lonesome Lake. Just been cleaning things up and getting things ready, but we're gonna go take a couple casts here. Won't take too long, and then we're gonna head to the trailhead. So I'm on this rock. Got a pretty good vantage point where I can see pretty far and deep out into this lake, but the issue is no fish. At least I don't see any. All right, that's it for Lonesome Lake. No luck. Beautiful lake, but man, just the surrounding area is just been shot up by so many people. I mean, just shooting guns and trash everywhere. It's a good spot that maybe I'll come back to again one day. Fish were jumping, fish were there, but for whatever reason, they didn't want what I had, so we're on to the next lake. Got some prime views off this Forest Service road. That's a nice camp spot right there. Overlooks all that. Okay, y'all. I'm at the trailhead right over there. Got my backpack. I put a lot of stuff in there this time. It's only a mile hike and I think like 400 feet of elevation, which is nothing. So I figured out, well, at least this time I'll be able to actually have a proper camp. All right, y'all, we are on the road. No trekking poles today, just rod in one hand and GoPro in the other. I don't think it's gonna be something I regret, but we'll see how it goes. So for this trail, I'm in a Baker National Forest, but I'm also on the border of Rainier National Park, so it should be quite easy. Wow, quite the welcoming. Surprised there isn't some guy. Hi sir, do you have a pass? So, I figure I gotta be getting close, but ain't nothing really here to see, just woods. Lots and lots of woods. Well, there it is, folks. It only took me a whopping 23 minutes to go 1 mile and 456 feet of elevation. So I'm gonna scout out a campsite and scout out this lake and see what happens. Okay, got the bear bag up over there. Found a campsite I like over there, which there's only 3 spots, but you know, I could stay here, but this is right off the main trail, and yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna take a couple casts and set up camp. The frustrations of what fishing is. So, on my second cast, got snagged in a bush, cast, rips, snaps, line snaps. So, at least it didn't go flying in the water, but not even 2 casts in and I'm already retiring on my frickin' leader. Okay, camp set up, tent, hammock, rod, packs unpacked, day pack ready to go. Time to fish. All right, y'all, so far no good. I have been trying to get to a place where I can fish down this lake, but all it is thick brush all the way down. So we'll have to figure it out. All right, y'all. First unofficial cast. Not good. A lot of moss. Not good. Looks pretty juicy, but all I see is minnows. Water's deep and it's clear. A lot of cover for fish. Man, I always record when my hook's messed up. Got the blade all wrapped up. That's not doing us no good. Okay, it's now starting to rain. I've had really no luck with fish. I was catching a small little couple minnows and I had no idea what they were. They didn't look like trout at all, but it's just getting pretty frustrating. I mean, nice thing is I might even just hike out tonight if the rain stops and just get on my merry way, man. I think I've had enough of Washington. I think I need something new. Well, at least it isn't absolutely dumping rain. Could always be worse, I guess. Knock on wood, though. Well, it's full-blown raining right now. I mean, it's coming down now, so I'm just gonna walk and wish this day was over. Okay, this is no fun. I'm literally just bushwhacking my way across this lake. I can't say I did it to myself. Man, it's just pouring rain. Pants are soaked. Okay, we've reached pretty much the other side of the lake. We were directly over there. Now we're on another side. Thankfully, this side was a lot easier to navigate, and rain stopped. So we're gonna. Yep, folks, that might just be my cue to stop for today. I think I'm getting at my wit's end. Leader snapped. Okay, I'm not seeing any signs of fish, but just had to sit down and appreciate the beauty for what it is. It is a glass lake. Some mountains, you could say, over that way. But I'm just gonna slowly work my way back to camp, and I think I might just take it easy today and read a book. Get out of here early tomorrow. All right, y'all. Sun came back out. Although, since my body was all wet, man, I got cold. I got all my clothes on. I'm in my sleeping bag, reading a book. Sometimes you just need a change of scenery, and my perspective has changed. I'm quite enjoying my time out here now, rather than the misery I was going through to rain and fishing. So I'm just gonna hang out and read my book, eat some food here later, and just take it easy. All right, y'all, I'm back at the car. It's like 6:30 now. I decided to leave around 5:30, and I was like, I'm a mile away. I'm gonna be up for another 6 hours. The fishing there was just, you know, kicking a butt real bad. Lake was practically inaccessible. I mean, yeah. But in the process, I got all my clothes and all my shit wet, and I'm just like, I'm getting out of here. So I don't know if I'm gonna find a dispersed spot down this road. I'm low on gas, but I'm also kind of tempted. Maybe I don't know, maybe I get on the road, go get some actual food and figure out what I'm doing tomorrow.